Of course, we are following the shocking new details today in the death of Michael Jackson, including reports that the King of Pop has been temporarily buried in Motown founder Berry Gordy's family plot.
Well, David, and meanwhile, the L.A. top cop saying that he's not ruling out homicide in this case. Detectives are looking at Jackson's prescription drug history. The L.A. County coroner has issued subpoenas to a number of Michael Jackson's doctors. And could the probe into Michael Jackson's death turn into a criminal investigation? Well, his father, Joe, certainly seems to think so.
I just couldn't believe what was happening to Michael because I just couldn't believe it, you know. And I do believe it was foul play. I do believe that.
NBC's Lee Cowan joins us now from Burbank with more details. So, Lee, what's the latest on this investigation, especially now that you're hearing homicide?
Well, I think that might be a little overstating it. I think what the chief said is that he didn't rule out homicide. He's waiting, again, for the toxicology results to come back. This investigation is still ongoing, so I don't think we can get to the point where he's saying necessarily it's going to be a homicide investigation. What's interesting, though, is what we have seen is sort of a shift from initially when the homicide detectives were out of the house right at the day when Michael Jackson died. Initially, they said they were just out there for manpower to essentially help keep the press back more than anything else, and then that slowly sort of evolved into more of an investigation, given the number of prescription drugs that they found inside the home. But I think that what the chief is really saying there is, look, he's not ruling that out as a possibility as this investigation goes forward. But right now, they're still in the middle of it and waiting for those toxicology results before he can make any determination at all.
And what about Michael Jackson's body? I mean, there are a lot of reports. I don't know which are confirmed or not, but what can you tell us?
Well, here's what we do know. That you remember, we all saw the casket with the in the hearse driving into the Staples Center on Tuesday. We saw the family leave. We saw all the fans leave. We never saw the hearse or the casket leave. What we do know now is the police may have helped the Jackson family get Michael Jackson out of the arena. Listen to what the chief had to say just a short time ago yesterday.
Los Angeles Police Department facilitated the movement of the remains of Mr. Jackson both to and from Staples Center as part of the security arrangements for that event. And that's pretty much all I'll say relative to that.
So again, that was yesterday, the chief saying he did in fact help the family at least get the body from the Staples Center to wherever it is now, and at this point we still don't know. Tamara?
All right, Lee, thank you very much. And David, I don't know why that comes as such a surprise that they helped get this body or the casket out, because that would have then required them to shut down streets again, cost more money. I've seen them bring in people in court hearings through back doors, so I don't know why that's such a surprise.
I'm glad they did. I'm glad they did, and it avoided something of a circus.
But it is interesting that his father, who was very controversial, especially after Michael Jackson said that his father was abusive all those years, he's now speaking out, allegedly was even paid to provide some video and maybe even for interviews. So interesting. Wow.